You know, guys, there are moments that happen in your life that just plain suck. There's no poetry. There's no heroic backstory. No everything happens for a reason bullshit that you tell yourself to sleep better at night. What happened to you was probably unfair. Maybe it was wrong. Maybe it was violent. Maybe it was humiliating. Maybe it was a betrayal so sharp that you still flinch when someone gets close. And here's the part that no one ever tells us, because maybe no one else around you has actually ever figured it out either. But you don't have to create an entire story around your pain. I know your mind is trying to explain it, trying to justify it. Well, this happened because I'm not good enough. People always leave me because I'm too much. I should have seen this coming. And then that story, it becomes an armor. It becomes your mask. It becomes the reason you don't try anymore. The reason you don't trust anymore. The reason you don't let someone new in. The reason you self-destruct right at the brink of everything you've said that you've ever wanted. Because if you believe the story you created to explain the pain, then you have to live in alignment with that. You have to prove to yourself that it's true. Because your mind values being right over being happy. Do you know that? Think about it. You're not just living life anymore. Now you're defending a story about your life. You're not just working toward your dreams. You're subconsciously working to stay wounded. And man, it's like building a fucking shrine to the worst moment of your life and then worshiping at it every single day. And what if we could just stop? What if you could look at what happened just as what happened? Not through a cracked lens of your story, but just as it was. No emotional spin, no victim badge, no Avenger complex, no twisted justification, just raw facts. It happened. Not because you're broken, not because you deserved it, not because you were doomed, not because God or the universe or life has it out for you. It just happened. And you see, what most people don't realize is that their pain is not what traps them. It's the story they attach to the pain that cages them. And this is shadow work at its core. Seeing the parts of you that are bleeding and choosing not to build your identity around those wounds. And there's a great teacher, spiritual teacher, Neville Goddard, that taught creation is finished. That all possibilities already exist. Meaning there is a version of you out there somewhere in the cosmos that's free from this old story. Not someday, not after enough therapy, not once you've suffered enough to deserve happiness. Right fucking now. That version exists. But you have to assume it. You have to align to it. That's what the law of assumption is all about, is believing it before you have the evidence of it. And it's not about this man who is not his story. When everything inside of you is screaming to defend that story, that's not who you are. Metaphysics now teaches us that reality bends to the observer. So if you keep observing your life through this lens of I'm broken, of there's something wrong with me, then guess what keeps happening? More brokenness, more pain, more proof that your sad little story is true. And the world will happily co-sign that narrative for you if you let it. They're going to come up and they're going to say, poor guy. He's just dealing with a lot. He's doing the best he can. Come on, guys. Fuck that. You're not a project. You're not a victim. You're not some wounded animal limping through life. You are a titan, a builder of legacies. You are the breaker of chains. But none of that becomes real until you stop clinging to the lie that you are the things that happen to you. You're not. You're the response. You're the man who rises. You're the man who looks back at the ruins and says, yes, that hurt, but it didn't define me. You're the man who rips down the shrine to his suffering and builds a throne out of the rubble. Okay, that's good. That's great, Jason. Thanks. But how do I do that? How do you do it when the story feels so real? First, you see the story for what it is. It was a survival tactic. It kept you alive. It gave you something to hold on to when everything else was falling apart. And you thank that part of yourself, that story. Don't rage against it. Don't shame yourself for it. You simply just outgrow it. You look at what happened, not through the lens of what does this say about me, but simply this is what happened. Period. No more soap opera, no more justification, no more long dramatic explanations. Just, it happened. And then you ask yourself the question that changes everything. Who am I without this story? Let that question haunt you a little bit. Let it tear the false walls down. Let it rip apart every excuse you have ever clung to. Because you can either produce the results that you want to see in your life, or you can keep coming up with the reasons why you're not seeing them. You can't have both. And listen, if you're still watching this, if you made it this far, and there's something inside of you that is pounding in your chest, if your gut is twisted up a little bit because you know you're still living out of some sad, angry, lonely-ass story, then good. That's your soul waking up. That's your blood remembering that you were not built for just surviving. You were built for more than survival. It's time to burn that old script. It's time to assume the man you were always meant to be. And that man was never broken to begin with. And if you need help doing this, if you're sick and tired of trying to figure it out alone, you can work with me one-on-one. We get into the trenches together. I don't just talk about shadow work and inner healing, guys. I live this shit. And I walk through it with you. And if one-on-one coaching is not right for you right now, that's okay too, because I have affordable, downloadable guides that you can use, and you can get them from the link that's in my bio, or you can use that link that's in the description of this video too. But either way, please just don't stay stuck. We need more men who are ready to heal, ready to go after the life that they were meant to be living, ready to leave powerful legacies. And guys, the truth is, you're not trapped. You're not broken. You're not cursed. You're just carrying a story that was never yours to begin with. Drop that story, burn it, bury it, and then go build something that makes the universe proud that it made you. Listen, if this hit you, if you feel it, don't just sit there. Please like this video, drop a comment, tell me the story that you're done carrying. What story are you trying to hold on to that you want to let go of? Let's face this shit together. Let's build something unstoppable, because your family needs the real you. Your partner needs the real you. Your bloodline is waiting on the real you. You're exactly where you need to be. So let's go.